right, thank you so much, CAGP, for the kind invitation to be at the conference and the invitation to be here at Frank Talks. Today I'm going to share 3 Frank stats that matter to your work and matter to the causes you care about. Here's the first one. And this is from the Edelman Trust Barometer, which many folks have probably read. Canadians' trust in NGOs, and this includes fundraising organizations, associations, philanthropic organizations, etc., has actually declined over the past 7 to 8 years and continues to trend downward, now hovers at about 50%. So think about that for a minute. Only 50% of Canadians trust NGOs. How can we address the difficult problems in our communities with that kind of number? How can we serve everyone if only 50% of Canadians trust NGOs? Here's a second Frank stat. This is a global number, again from the Edelman Trust Barometer. And this is a chart that looks at the 4 key institutions in society, so they track government, media, NGOs, and business. And it's a chart that looks at ethics versus competence. And you can see the other sectors over here and where NGOs fall. NGOs are seen as certainly ethical, but less competent to do their work well. How do you advance equity and justice in that kind of reality? How can you help improve people's lives and livelihoods in any significant way if you're seen as less competent than other organizations in other sectors? Here's a third Frank stat. And Devika spoke about this a little bit. Hopefulness is declining across the country. It was 75% back in 2016, and it continues to trend downward, about 64% in 2022. This is Stats Canada data from the Pan-Canadian survey that they did. And this year, when they do it again, it's projected to be even lower. How do we create systemic change with a number like this? This is a photo of a community fridge in Winnipeg, and it's from a really extraordinary story of tackling food insecurity in Winnipeg. And the photo is taken by one of our reporters, Shannon Van Ress, who's extraordinary. But this is a question that we're obsessed with at Future of Good. Will today's approaches satisfy tomorrow's needs? And here's my very frank view. It doesn't. But we're operating in an environment where difficult problems are getting more difficult, like food insecurity. Hopefulness is declining. Half the population doesn't trust us. And NGOs aren't seen as competent to do their work well. And you tie it all together, and there are days when it really feels like the current business model of social change is effed. And this is a tough operating situation. And at the core of this is trust, hope, and competence. And we have to reverse these trends, and we can. We have to be seen as trustworthy, as competent, and hopeful. So here's the thing. There's lots of talk among fundraisers and donors and gift planners and funders, philanthropic organizations about just getting out of the way so charities can do their work. And that's really important, but grossly insufficient because of the magnitude of the challenges that we face. Difficult problems are getting more difficult. Housing, mental health, food security, climate, opioid crisis. Societal problems are multifaceted now. They're dynamic. So what's our way out of this? We all need to get smarter. Get smarter about the challenges we all face, and get smarter about the solutions getting traction. And this is where social impact journalism comes in. Social impact journalism can enrich you and offer valuable insights. Stories can build hope, build knowledge, and build trust. As author Heather McGhee once said, everything we believe comes from a story we've been told. Stories are one of the oldest learning tools around. Stories can shift narratives. And the folks that you work with, donors, charities, etc., don't need you to get out of the way. They actually need you to lean in. They need you to take the time to understand. They need you to take the time to engage, to get smart about the challenges we face, to get smart about the emerging solutions out there and what's working. They need you to learn every day and unlearn every day, to dive deeper and understand trends and tensions. That's the urgency right now. And for our team of journalists at Future of Good, delivering insights means analyzing and reporting in a nuanced manner. Our mission is to enable a smarter social purpose world. And deep down, we believe that without smart social purpose teams, there will be no accelerated progress on the causes we all care about. Social impact journalism has a way of delivering insights that academic papers and white papers and other kinds of research simply can't. Journalism can monitor and analyze and report in real time as problems and solutions are evolving. And I'll share quickly 7 types of insights that journalism can offer you. Stories can illuminate signals and trends. Things that are at the edges, weak signals, emerging trends, things that are gaining traction. This is a story that we did some time ago on trends in charitable giving. Stories can illuminate evidence, hard data, soft data, qualitative, quantitative. It can really bring you into the evidence behind a solution and behind a complex challenge. This is a data story that we worked on for a number of months on youth mental health in the social purpose world. Stories can bring you into the lived experience of an issue, bring you into the human experience of a problem, and understand the multiple dimensions of that experience. This is a story that we worked on community safety, that highlighted so much of the human experience. Stories can give you historical context. This is a story that Gabe Oatley worked on. Gabe is here somewhere. And it offers a really rich historical context on institutional philanthropy, and in particular, on perpetuity. And you need to understand the historical context behind challenges that we're facing today. Stories offer you rich insight into the intersectional dimensions of problems and solutions. There are multiple dimensions and experiences and perspectives to problems. And this is a story, that really good one that we did on women's economic abuse. You also need to understand the future harms that you're working on every day. What are the intergenerational harms of the work that you do? What are the intergenerational harms of the programs and services that charities and NGOs deliver? Stories are unearthing some of this. And lastly, stories can illuminate new solutions, new innovations. But not only that, they can illuminate its limitations. This is a big piece of work. For about 6 months, we worked on uncovering AI tools like ChatGPT and how people are using them. How are they using them, why they're using them, where they're using them, when they're using them, and really compiled a whole range of insights. I want to wrap up with this quote. And I'm sure many folks have seen this, but I want us to really internalize this. We are working at a time of profound change and profound opportunity in the social purpose world. And the question that you all have an obligation to answer and a responsibility to answer is what am I doing every day to learn, unlearn, and relearn? We can reverse the trends of hope, trust, and competence. But in order to do that, we all need to center learning again. Thank you.